All right, folks, today we're going to review the game Dogfight by Bocephus Games. Anything that says Bocephus in it has got to be good, right? Let's take a look at it. All right, so before I set up, I just want to show you what the board looks like. First off, this is how it came packaged. They were both in just these two boards. I was like, well, where's all the pieces and everything? They're held together by pegs, little wooden pegs, and magnets. And how cool is this? Because when you open it up, this is where, and I've already taken them out, but this is where all the metal planes will fit for the game. And then in the other one here is where you have everything else. Like there's stands will fit in here, the dice, the metal stands, which I'll show you in just a minute. The board fits together very nicely. It is magnets, which I thought was really cool when I first put this together. Because as you see, it just all snaps together like that. And so the board is really cool. Now let's show you the setup here. Now as you see, the actually stands are metal, so are the airplanes. They're very nice quality. Let's see if I can get a good pic of that. But yeah, they're very nice sculpted little planes here that you can do. And they have this hexagonal pattern at the bottom. That's going to come in handy because as you see, there are little hectagons on the board. And you just got to line it up within that hectagon because that comes in handy later on in the game. Now, they also give you dice. I have 4 white dice, 4 black dice for each player, and then 2 red die. And I'll get to the meaning of the dice in just a minute. But how the game is going, you see this board here, and where you're going to start, let's say that this team's white, this team's black. And what you're going to do is you're going to roll these dice, either one at a time or, you know, all together. And as you see, I got 2 6s and 2 3s. Now I'm going to allocate these die on the back. If you see these, they have a little dice tray that will go right there. So that would be 6, 6, let's do this one 6. Let's do this one 3, and this one 3. Now let's say just for training purposes here, let's say I made this one a 1, okay? Now, what would I do on a turn? Well, this means I can go 6 spaces, or 3, or 6, or 1. However, I must go in the direction that I'm facing. So this is my front end right here. So I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now because I'm going so fast, I can only make 1 rotation. Now, so I can only move 1 hectagon down like that, and that's where I'll be pointing to go in that direction. You must always go in the direction that your plane, the front of the plane right here, this end, is moving toward. Now, on this one, I rolled a 3, so I could go 3 spaces to 3, but I could also turn twice, because if I rolled a 5 or 6, you can only turn 1. If you roll a 3 or 4, you can make 2 moves. So 1 and 2, and now I'm facing this way. I can go this way the next time if I want to. If I rolled a 1, I can move 1 and turn up to 3 spaces if I wanted to. 1, 2, 3. So I'm almost doing like a total 180. And if you roll a 1 or a 2, you can go that way. So as you see, the faster that you go, the less maneuverability that you have. And the slower you go, you're easier to take turns. Now, the reason why that's important, let's say these guys rolled and got whatever, yada, 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 and they're on the plane here. Let's see, I'll just move them around. During the game, you're going to have planes flying everywhere here. And as the planes are flying, let's say my die comes across this one. Let's say I have a 6 and he's right in my path here. And I did 1, 2, 3. If I crossed paths with him, that means I destroyed him. Now all that happens to this plane is it goes back to the other side of the board and comes back into the game. But these are the damage die, and I've done 1 damage to him. I've killed 1 fighter, so I'm going to hold a 1 right there. And then, of course, the winner gets to 6, and that's how they win the game. And that is Dogfight. Now, what do I think about this game? You know, funny story, I was actually looking for a different game when I came across this. And I saw this game, I was like, what? This is not the Dogfight I was looking for. I was looking for an older game called Dogfight, but then when I found this, I kind of looked at it, I was like, man, this looks neat, I'm gonna get it. And when I got it, I didn't know what to think at first. The pieces are so nice, the board is nice. The metal pieces are nice. The metal planes are really nice. Oh, as a side note, you do need to super glue those planes. They kept falling off during the review there, and I haven't super glued them yet. And the time we played, they kept falling off. So, and that's what I hear from everyone. They just have to super glue them. So you will have to super glue them. You may also have to paint the front edge of that hexagon, because it's kind of confusing to know where you're pointing sometimes. And so if you paint the front of that edge, which again, that's something I need to do with my game, it makes it a lot easier to play. Now, as you see, the game is pretty simple, right? Just roll the die and move your guy. I do like the slower rolls, get to maneuver better, so there's times you have to reallocate those die to different planes to get certain angles. If someone's coming up behind you, you want to roll a 1 or 2 to start, turn around, face them, and hopefully hit them before they hit you. So it does have a little bit of skill. Of course, it is just, dice rolling and then moving across the board. The way they count the counters with the 2 red die, I think, is a little cheap. Why go, 99% with the quality of this game only to give us 2 dice as hit counters? But hey, that's just like a small complaint. Now, is this a game for a serious board gamer? No, the rules are very, very easy. But for someone interested in getting his friends interested in board games, like having a gateway game, this would be perfect, I think, for. Because, like I said, there's not that many rules. It's very easy to teach, very easy to learn. And who doesn't like flying around in World War II, fighters? I think it's really cool. So I kind of dig the game. I really like it. And you have to decide for yourself if it's good enough for your collection as well. All right, gamers, that's all the time I have for now. So until next time, game on.